On to. Hey folks, we're live. It's Friday, we made it to the end of the week. It's time for some more game dev stuffs. Hope you've all been well. My week's been pretty good. Been pretty good indeed. Quite a happy week. Which is nice. It's nice to have that kind of thing. Yeah, I was going to post in a couple of Discords. I went for a long time without doing the whole post that you're live kind of thing. Because I thought, well, nobody really pays attention, do they? Do they? But I thought, you know what, let's give it a go. Some people might turn up, some people might not. It's one of those things. Just seeing, is it worth posting? So I've got sort of like a few closer friends, streaming friends that I will post into their Discords. Shout out and promotion. When was the last time? That was 2 years ago. Coming up on nearly 2 years ago was the last time I posted in this Discord. And I was the only person posting that I was live, really. So I don't want to feel like I'm spamming, because I did. I pretty much did spam. In some ways or form, I did actually pretty much spam, because nobody else was posting. Hello, yeah, I was posted earlier. I gotta post it now. Stuff it. It's not been used for 6 months. I'm gonna post it. And nobody else is going to be active. I kind of whittled down the amount of Discords I'm active in now. Which is cool and all. It's nice to chat to people, but you can't chat to everybody, and I've realised that way too late. Don't always have the energy to chat to everybody. But you can try and chat to as many people as you feel you're able to. And that's okay. I am going to find some nice music to listen to. Some jazzy penguins. That looks like a good option. Do you have the jazz cats again? Let's check out the jazz cats. Yeah, these guys seem to be doing quite well. Okay, let's turn them down a little bit. About there. So hopefully that should just be in the background. If I just turn my ear down slightly. Cool. We always like to set up while we're live. It's always good fun like that. I do have this for reference. Just gonna check this tutorial I was looking at. Right, so this guy I was watching earlier was using Text Mesh Pro for doing speech bubbles, and apparently that means you do not need a canvas. So see what I've got here. We've got a canvas. Apparently you don't need to have a canvas. That's just text. Canvas renderer. There's a Text Mesh Pro object there. I wonder if I can just remove that component. Can't remove component scale, the script scale. Okay, we'll try and remake this then. Because I don't really want to have multiple canvases. I feel that's a little bit messy. Switch over to the main screen, you can see what I'm up to. Might help, of course. So, So at the moment I have a canvas, and I've called it Canvas Speech Bubble. Prefabs. Probably need to organise these prefabs a little bit better, but you know, they're doing nothing. So let's try. Because we have an image and we have a text. I'm going to try. Let's try making just a text mesh pro. Can we just put a text mesh pro? And it has to be on a canvas. That's Text Mesh Pro UI, so we don't want that. Let's delete that. So we want Text Mesh Pro that isn't a UI. Is that an option? Where would it be? Text Mesh Pro. Ah! It's under 3D objects. Interesting. Okay. Right, let's see what we can do with this. So this means we can eliminate. Oh yeah, it's got a free floating bit of text. Awesome. It doesn't need to be scaled, it's just text in the game. Sweet, okay. Let's do that. And find where it's gone. It's over here somewhere, is it? Where is it? No idea. Let's so that's the sun up there. Oh, it's over this. I didn't see that. Tell you what we're going to do is we're going to make that 0, 0, 0. And then we're going to drag it on onto a text image. Not text image, speech bubble image. So we can go through the object, geosphere, plane, terrain, tree. Because we want to be able to just have a free floating sprite, square. Okay, we have our square. Can we change this to an image? Let's find my my speech bubble. game dev. Because this will make it so much cleaner if I can do this. But how's everybody's week been? Hope you've been doing fun stuff. Been doing stuff that benefits you. It's been making you happy. That's not how you spell speech bubble, but that's how I've spelled it. There you go. That's now in here. Now, as I'm using an older version of Unity, I do have to tell it that it is a sprite. Save that. Cool, okay. We now have that as a free floating image. Let's try, well, right click it, rename. Speech bubble back. Okay, that's speech bubble background. We go to prefabs, go to UI, go drop into there. So actually we want to put the text onto that, and then it should fill that then, and that becomes an object. So let's go 0, 0, 0. Let's find it's over here. Just drag that onto that. Do we want it on the back of it, or do we want it actually under? Let's make an empty. Create empty parent. There we go. Go rename speech bubble, and then we can drag, make sure that speech bubble is, yep. Then I want to drag that into speech bubble, so we now have a speech bubble object. Let's rename that speech text, just so we know what's going on. Now we just want to resize this to actually match the backing. Can we change the font size? There it is. We've got some predefined, because I think you can use HTML tags, which is quite useful. If you know any HTML from web design, you can use that in Unity's kind of UI stuff, which is pretty cool. So you can actually do formatting and stuff. So I do want this to be, how do I change the, so we'll change the font. scale rotation. That works nicely. Let's do that. So the font is relative to the actual. I'm going to make life a little bit easier. Let's move the whole thing up. I'm going to fill the inside of this box. This feels far cleaner than what I was doing before, but we learn. And I did want to work it out myself, even if it's the wrong way, because once you work it out yourself, you kind of understand the process, and then you can look up a better way of doing it with the understanding of what goes into it and go, I can see why the method I've looked up is better, because it gets you to the result quicker or cleaner, and you can look at what you've done and go, well, I was going the right direction, but there's a few elements that I didn't need to do or I should have done to make my life easier. Rather than just go, I don't know why this is the best way, but I'm just going to copy people and not learn from it. Which is all fine. You just want to kind of jump to the result. It's all good. But I find I tend to understand the result better if I've struggled to get there and I've worked out the stages to get there and the difficulties, and then kind of finding out the better way later. So it's always worth giving something a go. With the knowledge, you're not going to do it well. Just know it's not going to be done well, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be done well. It has to be done by you, and you have to understand and work out the method yourself. Because that way you actually remember it. Because you go, I remember what I did. I know why I did this. I understand what didn't work, what did work. But if you just get told the answer for everything, or get shown how to do something without working it out, you go, well, I just know that's what you have to do. I just don't know why. And I find I tend to learn better if I know why, as opposed to just how. Because I don't always remember how, but I always remember why. If that makes sense, I don't know. Some people I know would probably resonate with that thought pattern, depending your kind of your neurotypes and what the processes your brain goes through to come to a result. But enough of the rambling. I have text in there, but that text is too big, so I do want that to be smaller still. Can I edit script? Interesting. I didn't realise you can actually jump in and hijack the C# file for it. We shall be doing that. There's no advanced process that I can't do externally to that. Oh. This is pretty cool. So we've got some text styles that have been set out. Be interesting to know where they're defined. It might even be defined within within this it might even be defined within this. Ah. How do I get this? I managed to get something. Color, softness, dilate. Oh. Interesting. We have more. Oh, this is shaders. Okay. So yeah, I don't understand shaders yet. That's one thing I've not even dipped my toes into is shaders. Liberation Sans material. Ah, okay. Interesting. Ah, here it is. I don't know why I couldn't find that before, but it was like all underneath here. Weird. Okay, so that's the font size at the moment. Let's make that smaller. I want it to be about that size. I'm not sure why we can't see it. Maybe it's the font we're using. Style. Okay, just wanted to sit slightly in front of it. Not so much that we can see it when we look at it straight on, because that'll just be weird. But we can see it on the back there. How weird. Okay. It's noticeably floating there. Make that any smaller, will that go weird on us? I'm just thinking we've got a few words across here, we don't want it to be broken up too much. Okay, but I'm pretty happy. Do you want to resize that slightly? Hey Max, how's it going, dude? Evening, buddy, evening. Sorry I've been missing your calls. Like every time you've called me, I've been doing something and I don't see my phone until later. It's been so manic. How are you, dude? Sorry I didn't get back to you. Oh yeah, that's a bot. It always takes a while for the bots to actually join. Yeah, I've been trying to catch up with a lot of stuff. But hopefully soon Hopefully soon I won't have such a hectic thing. It feels like I'm doing nothing but everything. It's one of those kind of things. You're still going to, you say you're going to drag racing tomorrow? That's pretty cool. It's their friend's birthday. Yeah, not 100% happy about that being floating there. It's still floating there. It is still in front of it. Yeah, let's do that just to be on the safe side. Well, you can see it through it, so it shouldn't even matter if it is 0. It's just there. The text just exists. Okay. Now we've got to transfer our code. So this D text might not work if I attach this code onto it. So I'm going to have to modify it. And the rest of it should be okay though, I think. So speech bubble script. So and then is there any script? There's no script attached to this otherwise. No problem. I was wondering if you're free on Sunday for a coffee catch up. Yeah, going with some friends. One of them's birthday on Tuesday. Nice. Yeah, Sunday. I'll have Phoenix with me on Sunday, but we can certainly grab a coffee and hang out if you like. Should be cool. Where are you thinking of going? Depends what time it is. If it's before lunchtime, Phoenix will probably be asleep, so I can kind of sneak out. Not sure you can hear the jazz playing in the background. But yeah, if you're free on Sunday, then definitely grab a coffee. Am I leaning or is it my camera that's leaning? It might be me that's leaning. I can never tell whether it's me that's on an angle or not. Might switch this fan on. I don't know why, so existing in this room just heats up. But then having lights, the thing is these are all LED lights, they shouldn't be causing heat. Likely having my PC stream sort of ups the temperature because the processor's going, work, and it's doing things. Right, I'm going to try this and see if it breaks it. But we want speech bubble script on speech bubble. Sounds simple. Cool beans, think of my usual haunts, Box Brownie, Henny Street. Sounds cool. Have I ever been to Box Brownie? I don't know if I have. Let's do a quick googly. If I have, it was probably with you. Box Brownie, Stratford. Maybe I haven't. Or have I? Oh, I might have popped in. I might have popped in because they do sandwiches, don't they? I might have been there once. Possibly. But only the once. But yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Cool beans indeed. What sort of time works for you? It's always about jazz. Jazz just fills me with. I don't know. There's a certain energy that comes from listening to jazz. That's all. Just makes you want to kind of sort of move. It might be the bass line. I find most bass lines on music just kind of takes control of you a little bit. It's one of those type of genres of music I could never play. I don't know. Saying that, that's probably doing myself a disservice. Because I suppose if you think jazz, that the way that jazz is more like a feeling as opposed to a structured pattern necessarily. If you consider like playing samples and scratching while DJing, is very jazz-like in its kind of feel. She could be quite structured while scratching and playing samples while DJing. But it adds a certain element if you kind of scratch on a more jazz kind of patterning, as in just literally whenever you feel. But if you're still thinking of like times and stuff, you can just send me a quick text message. Go. So this time, see you there. Best coffee shop in town. It all depends on what time we get home tomorrow from the pod. So let's say late morning, early afternoon. Sounds good to me. Just message me when you're sort of you're kind of feeling good for it, and yeah, I'll pop down. I'm not doing anything Sunday. Sunday is just chill day for me. So Nix and I will be just kind of chilling. And I do like my coffee. So looking forward to actually trying it. I say I may have been there once, but I've not been to town for so long. I've had no reason to go in town really. Cool, be good to catch up. Yeah, dudes. Yeah, I've been wanting to catch up not only with you but with a few people for a while. It just felt like the last few months not really having the time or energy just to meet up with people. It's only been a couple of people I've been able to see. It's a shame. Do excuse me for a moment, got an annoying hangnail I'm trying to deal with. It's bothering me until I get rid of it. But yeah, let us know. But it feels like it's been long. At the same time, it doesn't feel like it's been long at all. It's one of those kind of things like, where has the time gone? I just seem to have, I feel like I've lost 3 months. And it's not been good. Not been good. I think you kind of, your mind gets stuck in a groove and you don't really see left or right of you. But jazz certainly helps. Need to listen to more jazz. But listening to a lot of cool music recently. think that's got the hangnail. That's, you know, one of those things that just really bother you until you sort them out. Okay. Where's my moose? It's gone to sleep. I've taken that long. Come on, wake up, moose. There it is. So we have our speech bubble script. Speech bubble script. Drag that onto speech bubble. So I don't think it'll let me do that. No. So we need to change the script or add something to the script. So let's open the script. Speech bubble. Last time we hung out together at Festival Power Pod back in Easter. It's been that long. That's crazy. Like, yeah, I've lost more than a couple of months then. I do appreciate you keep trying to get a hold of me. Every time I see a missed call, I feel guilty and thankful at the same time. Does that make sense? Because at any point you could have just given up and go, screw that guy, he doesn't pick up. That's what I feel like with a lot of people right now. They're probably forgotten now. So, high commendation for not giving up. I'm definitely a tough one to get hold of right now. Let's just call it speech text. And this is going to be a text mesh. Just a text mesh pro. Yeah, remember how long it took me to get your Gengar to you? I was glad I was able to do that. That was a long time. Let's go down to speech bubble. And we want to drag that into there. Awesome. Shut the freak up, buddy. We're all busy in our way. Don't have to feel guilty about not replying. Oh, thank you, dude. I have been. And so it's usually I pick up my phone after that, not leaving. The crazy thing is that most people are glued to their phones these days. Like I'll go for like hours and I'll pick my phone and pick, I've missed calls, I've missed messages. Or like I'll see a message and like I need to reply to that, put my phone down. I'll do it after this. And yeah, it's been one of those. But fingers crossed, I can kind of knock a few things out and just get back to some kind of normality, which I have been this week. For the first time in a long time, and I'm very proud of this. I've managed to complete 3 gym sessions in the last 5 days. And it's been months, maybe even 12 months in fact, if not longer, that I've managed to achieve at least 1 gym session a week, let alone 3. So I'm quite happy about that. I went to the gym today and I feel fantastic. And it's one of those things I go, why couldn't I just fit in a bit of a gym session? But it just felt like I couldn't. I don't know what it is. But maybe like I'm always on to the next thing before I finish the last thing, if that makes sense. No time to kind of stop and go, well, take a break. Go lift some weights. But I do appreciate you, dude. Right, so I am going to... What am I going to do? So I think the speech bubble has the camera thing, face camera, yes. Look at camera, so it gets camera. Your cameras. Well, I gotta head off now as I've got early start tomorrow morning, buddy. See you Sunday. Yes, indeed. Enjoy the pod. Hope you have a fun time and you get to see all the crews that you're looking forward to see. And yeah, I'll see you Sunday. Looking forward to it, dude. Have a good time. And thank you again. It's good to speak to you. Well, I'm going to delete that. And it's going to give me red squigglies. Greetings, Jeffrey. How's it going, dude? Massive thumbs up. Hopefully you've had some more donations on your albums. Because I've posted it out to all my festival going buddies. Yes, awesome. There were one musical friends who he's as experimental as you probably are with stuff, and so he was one of the guys that was kind of really enjoying Cold Step at the Download Festival, and I posted it into the WhatsApp group we're all in, and he immediately came back and goes, "Is that the guy that made the bangers we listened to at Download?" I said, "Yes." I said, "Awesome, I'll check out all the albums." So hopefully some of my lot has at least donated to one or two of the albums. It's Bandcamp Friday, isn't it? If I do believe. So anyone who's purchased today, do you get more cut? All the cut? I never know when Bandcamp Friday is. Hey, Cobbler! Hello, Panda. How's it going, Cobbler? It's good to see you. Hope you're well. Hope everyone's been having a good week this week. Going well. Good to see you. Glad to hear. It's always good to hear that people are doing well. And it's good to see you as well. Right, I'm going to save that. So I think I'm onto a better process here. So I'm going to make this into a prefab, which means it is a ready to go object. I can just go pop and then make a new one of them. Which means I do need to replace the speech bubble there and down here. go to prefabs. We'll close up Text Mesh Pro. Prefabs, prefabs, prefabs. Awesome. Let's drag that speech bubble into there as a prefab. Cool, that is there. Let's go off to our villager. So all the way over here. We'll delete that one because that is the one we were making. Let's go to villager and drag in into that. So we have a nice speech bubble. So character dialogues, we have to change that code now. Character dialogue. Character dialogue, there it is. Speech bubble speech. Ah, awesome, I can just replace that. So I can just drag that into there. Nice. And that should mean I can delete that one. That is a rather large speech bubble. So we probably need to shrink the whole thing. Let's go resize. Now I could probably redesign this speech bubble so it's the little tick is pointing straight down. What is the state of this game? Probably it's functional, it's playable. So there was a playable demo in my Discord some time ago, many months ago. This particular section is vastly unfinished, but if I were to compile this and play it, you wouldn't see any of this. You would just go straight into the game mechanics. But it's playable. You can play 2 levels and you can complete 2 levels. That's it. Sell emotes. Hey Lisa, sell the best emotes. Yeah, I wanted to effectively, if I already knew what I was doing, I wouldn't spend so much time on this bit here. I would have just kind of made something quite quickly and I would have thrown it out there. But because I don't know how to do any of what I'm doing right now, I'm kind of working out how to do it. Painfully in some cases. So I will know how to do it. Does that make sense? So I'm learning it for the sake of learning it. So it's in my knowledge base. But this entire section here has no bearing on the playability of the game. It's literally just me skill testing. It's going to be beneficial to the overall package that is the game, because this is all kind of exposition for why the game is the game, kind of thing. So these characters are going to be having exposition between them and go, oh, this, that, and that. And then you go into the gameplay and you know why the game. Like, I know old games like Mario, you start up the very first Mario game. There's no exposition, there's no reason, it's just press start, you're a plumber. And you have to get to a castle. You don't really know why Mario is Mario. You just are. And I realise this game could be, there's no reason for it. But I wanted to make a reason. So the exposition generally is what these characters could be talking about is they are unhappy with how this county, this town, this village is being run. So basically unhappy with the kind of the ownership and the management of the village or town. And as typically, like in olden times, it wasn't just an elected leader that was in charge, it was the owner, the person who owns the houses, that owns the land, was the one who made decisions. So they're unhappy because this person is charging taxes, but they are not repairing things, so much so that these buildings have kind of in disrepair, either been started to be built or they haven't been finished built or they're broken. They're not happy. There's like the paving is uneven, stealing money. Yeah, you know, your typical, they take your taxes but they won't fix anything, you know, that kind of scenario. So that's kind of the basics. So these guys are going to be talking about how they're fed up, they pay all these taxes, things don't get fixed, we're working on it. It's we don't have it in the budget to achieve this right now. So why have you got another extension on your house? Or you're following UK politics at the moment, so why aren't you paying taxes yourself on a house you own? Very sus. So yeah, so basically these characters will walk this length. Why you have 10 horses outside your house? Why are you using taxpayers' money to heat the stables where your horses are? Which is actually what the RMP of my town actually did. He charged to his expenses for heating in his stable. So we were paying for his horses to be heated. His horses have nothing to do with him sort of being the MP. So why are we paying for your horses to have heating? They're your horses. They don't help you run the government. And you'll say, you don't care about animals, yeah. Yeah, thankfully he's no longer in government. We actually have somebody who cares about my town now, which is quite cool. But yeah, the last guy didn't care. You didn't see him, you couldn't even email him. And he just charged for heating his horses. That's the kind of people in government that these guys are unhappy with. But yeah, they're going to basically walk the length of this market street, talking about it. When they get to the end, fades to black and then the game starts. So it's literally only going to be, I want to say 20 seconds of a cutscene. But the amount of hours I've put in to actually make this 20-second cutscene. But that's how it goes with game dev, I suppose. Shrink that a little bit more. Let's make that 0.05. 0.45. It's a nice round number. We like round numbers. Cool. I don't know why. I don't like how that just keeps disappearing. If I do that, hey Jamie, how's it going? Varg Vikanis should make a video game. I have no clue who that is. And Jamie on the other account, nice. Hey, I'm doing great. He's from Mayhem. Ah. Well, you just change your profile. It's not two accounts. I'll just see your profile pictures change mid-conversation there. Well, hang on a minute, you've got two accounts there. Well, welcome in. It's good to see you, Jamie. It's been a while. I'm glad to hear you're doing great. Yeah, I think more people should make video games. It's like, more people should draw, more people should make music. More people should paint. It's what humans do. Well, I am going to whack a speech bubble on this bar up here as well. Yeah, unless people should use AR for that. Exactly, Jeremy. Like, I've seen it quoted online that AI should be helping humans do things that are monotonous and boring, so we can focus on creativity and making art, not making art so we can focus on the monotonous, boring stuff. That's the wrong way around. We don't want to automate what makes us human. Exactly, yeah. Creativity makes us human. Like, I want AI to help me write emails. Emails are like, oh, you have to write an email. Like, I want AI to sort of help me calculate sort of numbers for me, you know. Business crap, yeah. Because, yeah, there's people that get paid a lot of money to do business crap. And chores, yeah. I'd rather have an automated system that does my clothes, well, I can just spend an evening painting. So that'd be fantastic. That'd be nice if you can just like take your clothes off, put them into a machine, automatically sorts them, washes them at the right temperature, and then sort of takes them out and dries them. You don't have to worry, you just got clean clothes, you just literally deposit them into a thing. Let AI clean toilets, that'd be great, yeah. I don't think Japan's probably got pretty much onto that, haven't they? Self-cleaning toilets in Japan. But yeah, that's the kind of thing where we need it. Japan is so far ahead of us, yeah. But yeah, we want machines to make our life better and to do things that we hate doing. Where can I find your game to try it? See if I can find a link to it. If not, I will just drop another copy of it into my Discord. Amazing how futuristic and still so traditional. Yeah, it's. I do. I do appreciate and kind of. I'm in awe of Asian cultures that sort of follow these traditions, and they're not like holding their culture back. 'Cause I know a lot of traditions can hold culture back. So you go, well, they do it because it's always been done, and it's stopping them from progressing. But Japanese culture allows for them to progress. And there's a lot of culture in the Western civilizations which hold people back. But yeah, traditions are fun as long as they don't hurt people. But yeah, let's have a. Did I put it in my game dev? I might have put it in game dev, you know. The only thing with what I've... Oh, there we go. I've got a... there's an APK for if you have an Android phone. If you want to try it on Android. And there should be an exe for Windows as well. Hi Bart, how's it going? Hope you're having a good Friday. Enjoyed your week. Welcome into the stream. Good to see you. Oh, there we go. So, so I uploaded that to retransfer. What did I? That's not going to open, is it? Because that's expired. Yeah, that's retransfer. That's not going to open. It's got such a passion for fancy. I'd like to see his vision. Yeah, writers. So writers and artists would definitely do well in the video game industry because video games are an art, and there are like visual artists that can make their art interactive and make something that people can enjoy and kind of get involved with. Rather than just appreciating a painting, they can take an element and move through the painting, for instance. And story writers don't have to just be on a page. Got distracted by recipes. Oh, glad to you're enjoying the recipes. Like the recipes are mainly for me. If anyone else enjoys them, you're more than welcome to try them out. But I've go, whoa, these are interesting stuff that I would make myself. Tell you what, if I find like the APK I uploaded in March, 24th of March. So you go to game dev, the game dev room. You can see an APK there. So you can download that on an Android phone. But you will have to go into your settings and go allow install of non-App Store apps. Because you go, hang on a minute, you didn't download this from Google. It could be a virus. I can assure you it's not. It's not just for phones, no. I've made a phone version. Because I thought it's simple enough it can play on the phone. But it's mainly designed for PC. Just need to find what I did with it. Tell you what. I'm going to save this. And if I go to make it, we can see where I put it last time. Build settings. Because I can make this for Windows, Mac, Linux or Android. Although Mac is a little bit harder because I actually need a Mac. To actually do that. Windows please. Cool, cool. My project. So I think it's there. Let's see if I can find that in that folder. Because I'm pretty sure the last version I made is in here. Yeah, it is. Now, hopefully this works. It's been digitally signed. Authenticated users. Can I edit that? Can I just go all users? Everyone? Everyone. Because I know some people tried to play it and it really wasn't wanting to play. Like it was going... Windows was actively stopping it from running on some people's computers, which was frustrating to work out. Right, just going to zip this to a folder. Yeah, this was from March. I've not really done anything to the gameplay since March. Sorry, I stopped doing your thing. Oh, that's okay. No, I want people to play this and enjoy it. I want more people to test it and go, ooh, this could be a fun thing. So this is 45 meg. So it's probably why I use WeTransfer. Although, could I stick it on my... Because if I drag that into here, it's not going to like it, is it? Maybe? Oh, it's done it. Yeah, in the game dev room in my Discord. I wasn't sure if it would upload it. Testing build.zip. So if you're in my Discord, you can download the zip file and it should run. Windows might say this has come from an untrusted source, and then notice you've got like a little link that says more information. When you click on the more information, it goes run it anyway. Don't care. Trust you. Thank you. No, I'm not about to kind of hack people or have viruses. I'm not sure if you can even do that in Unity. People I don't like, I might give it a go. But there's nobody in my stream right now, or anyone who's ever visited my stream, that I haven't already banned, that I would attempt to hack. Because hacking is wrong, unless it's for ethical reasons. Main menu. Ah! Awesome! It works! You're one of the few people that have managed to get the main menu. Well, I hope you enjoy it. I'm not sure if the controls on the keyboard are A, D and spacebar. Hold down the spacebar to charge it up and let go. A and D to rotate it. And the rest of it can be done with mouse if you want to do mouse. This house is about to go down. Yeah. Now the first level just seems too simple, but level 1 always needs to be simple. Like, you go complicated straight in, you might as well write to Dark Souls or something. But I want to do more and more complicated and more challenges as the levels progress. Just for fun, really. Let's drag that onto the board. And drag that into speech bubble. We can delete that one. Wait, is the house of the tax dealer? Yes. So this is what these guys are going to be talking about. Like, the house you're attacking is the guy who's been taking your taxes and not paying to fix the roads. So all the houses are basically people that are taxing. And the idea being, as each level is a new person who hasn't helped the community. So you're basically going after the in a real world sense, you're going after the upper 1% who will take your money but won't give back. But set in medieval times, so they don't have such a big house, but certainly bigger than these little houses. If anyone else wants to give it a go, feel free. And any feedback is more than welcome. If you like it, you don't like it. At the moment, it's the main kind of feel of the way the game plays. Because to make the levels harder and more interesting can come later, of course. I'm going to save this again. I'm going to run this and see if it kind of still works and doesn't break. Yeah, I have to work out how these things are going to work. I probably need to make the center. Kind of works. Kind of works. I wonder if I can probably get him to follow them. Yeah, this could be awkward because it's... Oh, could I have the speech bubbles? So why is that pointing off that way? So the camera's here. Why is that speech bubble pointing that way? I could probably have a look, can't I? So that's main camera, yes. That's main camera. I wonder if it's because it's inside the NPCs thing. Got it! Yay! Bronze, nice. Yeah, I need to change that. Like, if you have any ideas of how that presents to you, you think, oh, would you like it to say like, you have won bronze, or just have the word bronze or something like that. I don't know. I don't know how to reward the player. So there's 3 medals: bronze, silver, gold. And I put arbitrary times in for bronze, silver, gold at the moment. Yeah, I don't know how to make it look cool. So whether I like it. Get ready for a long list feedback. Yeah. Any feedback at all, Cobbler, I'll be much appreciated. Because even if I don't agree with it, or I don't feel that it will help, hearing your feedback at least lets me know what I have got right, what people don't think is working. Like how the trees bound spark of the rock, yeah. That's one of the first things I did actually. I went, oh, what happens if I hit the tree with a rock? I need to make a tree do something. And the way the trees move is very clunky. Like in the background, it's very clunky. I could do it far better now. So what I might do eventually is rework the tree bounce. But yeah, that was one of the first things I worked out, was making the trees do the thing. So that's probably over a year ago that I made the trees do that now. Easily over a year ago. But any fun little Easter eggs? I want to put Easter eggs in this. Like, wouldn't it be cool if you did this and this thing happened? Like, it didn't affect the rest of the game necessarily, but like the trees, like if you hit the tree should do something. Like, the player expects the world to interact with them. That's why a lot of people enjoy playing video games where they can cut the grass. Like a lot of Zeldas, you can swipe your sword at the grass and the grass gets cut. Doesn't progress the game, doesn't improve the narrative. But it's quite fun running around as Link with your sword just slicing grass. But it's meaningless, but it's enjoyable. So I want to be able to do things like that where you can spend 5 minutes doing a thing that has no bearing on the game. Like Grand Theft Auto is great for that. So many things you can just do in Grand Theft Auto which have no bearing on the game as a whole. Like stealing cars. It's a mechanic and you don't have to progress. But it's fun, and you can just like keep stealing cars, and like shooting pedestrians doesn't necessarily sort of progress the game in a meaningful way, but it will give you like stars, and you have to run from the police, and even running from the police and escaping from the police is fun for the player anyway. So it's little things that you can just waste time doing. And I could even put like hidden things in that, like if you hit the tree 10 times you get rewards or something, which I might still do. I might do that. I want to have like because there's a chicken you can unlock, so at some point I would just want to have a chicken sat there on the side like pecking at the ground, and if you hit the chicken you unlock the chicken. Which you might notice in level 2, there's crates and there's barrels. So the crates and the barrels can be unlocked when you hit them, and you can go to your projectiles menu and then start throwing crates and barrels. The idea being, once you've unlocked them, they're unlocked for every level. But there's only 2 levels. So if you do finish level 2 and go next level, you go back to level 1, but you've unlocked crates and barrels. And I've only got eight projectiles in the game at the moment. But I want to make it so you can unlock multiple different things that are fun to throw. Right. What I'm going to do, because I feel that possibly having these NPCs inside this NPC's thing is probably hindering how that works. Might not be, I don't know, but we're going to drag this guy down here. So then we've got a random game object. Where did he go? It's just an empty, isn't it? Let's delete that. But yeah, anything sort of any feedback you have, like actually this is quite awkward, or like the controls are not so fun to use, or it would be easier if I could do this, or I thought I could do this but I can't. Like, it's a lot of the things like whatever feels intuitive, they go, oh, I would have thought I could do this, but for some reason I can't. Those are the kind of things that I go, oh yeah, that would make sense. Adding my feedback in notes, and I'll share it in a bit. Cool. Thank you, Cobbler. I do appreciate this. Right, as with any kind of development stuff, you can only make it in the way you think will work, and you have to rely on other people to tell you other perspectives. So my day job is writing code, and I will write what I think is the best code to do a job, and someone go, well, that's not how it should work though. That doesn't really help anybody. And go, oh, but I thought this is how things would work. And go, well, no, things work differently to that, and that code doesn't help those things working. Oh, well, now I know how you would use the code and how other people would use the code. I can then change it to make it work for people that are using it. And there's a whole back and forth process. If you're doing it professionally, which technically I should be, but I'm not officially professionally doing it, if that makes sense. Yeah, you kind of do all the talking first. So you'll go to people and go, okay, who is going to use this? Who is going to play this game? Who is going to use the software? Why are they going to use the software? What are they looking to achieve? What are they looking to get out of using this code? What is going to be the benefit to them? And what will they expect? And you do all these conversations. Even things like, what are they used to? What are they currently doing to achieve what your code is going to do for them? Like, if somebody's already playing a video game like your video game, they're going to probably expect your video game to do something very similar to the video game they're already playing. Like, if you make a game with a guy who waves a sword, people will expect them to play very similar to games where you wave a sword around. They go, well, all these other games that have swords do this. Why doesn't this game with a sword do that? unless there's a real reason why that game wouldn't do that. Like it's quite a unique mechanic, or like the character has different things about them, but instead replaces it with something more interesting. So there's a lot of things to think about, and you can do a lot of that before even writing a single line of code. And professionally, for video games, that's kind of what they call market research. You're going out there, go, what is it about games with swords that people enjoy? Sort of, what kind of aesthetics do they enjoy? Like, what kind of characters? What do the characters look like that people enjoy? Are they typically big muscly guys? Are they small guys? They feel like, okay, this guy is small, but his sword is big. And sort of they enjoy like an underdog character that looks like he's gonna be against the world, but he has a powerful sword, and this sword is full of magic, and people like the idea that this great power comes from a small character, which you can apply to many games. Or do they prefer the character to be female and have like a big butt that wiggles when she's swinging the sword, kind of thing? But these are the kind of things that if you're making a game that's similar to other games, what are people expecting from your game? It's the same like if you're playing like an Xbox game with an Xbox controller, typically you expect the triggers to be shoot and aim if they have guns. Or if it's a platformer, you expect the A button to be jump, for instance, or the X button to be attack. These are things that people expect, and if you don't use those control systems, then people get confused. They go, hang on, like every other platform game I played uses A to jump and X to attack. Why does your game use Y to jump and B to attack? And it just gets confusing. So you kind of have to look at what other people are doing and what people are expecting your game to do. And speaking of expectations, now I think I'll move that to there. So the Bard and Villager are both on the same plane now. Have I? Because what's the Villager on? He's 0. So I put the Bard to 0 as well. So they're both facing the camera. We hit save, but to see how this looks. It's good to do this kind of like testing research, because you can spend months making a game for people to test and go, this is absolute crap, and they go, why is it crap? And you go, well, these following things. You go, that's like fundamental parts of the game. I'm gonna have to rewrite a good chunk of it. It's always best to get feedback as soon as possible, in case you're starting to go down the wrong direction, down the wrong path, and you can kind of scrap it or restart it without too much being lost. I think I need to change where the pivot points are of these speech bubbles. So I don't understand why. I'll have to look at that one, because I think that speech bubble wasn't changing camera there. Let's go back. So it should be main camera while the main camera is watching these guys. This should then change to the conversation camera when it reaches the conversation over here. It is not. But that one has. Interesting. Okay. So both of them are pointing at the camera right now. Because one of them is in front of the other, the angle's slightly different, that's fair. But that one's not switching. Why is that not switching to the other angle? Obviously they're a bit weird anyway. Where's this one facing now? Because it's certainly not looking at this camera. I might need to do some, because we've got camera on, camera off, enabled. Let's have a look at the code here. So on update, it should be facing the camera. It will then find out what the camera currently is. So it's all cameras. So camera.all cameras is literally a list of all the cameras in the scene. So why is it still picking up the main camera? I wonder if there's a better way, because at the moment I'm just turning off the main camera. Why am I turning it off or am I turning it on? I think what I'm doing is when they get to a point where they stop and have a bit more of the conversation, I switch on another camera. And this line of code here is basically taking a list of all the cameras and getting the last camera in that list, which should be the camera I've just turned on. And when I turn that camera off, the last camera in the list is the only camera in the list, which is the main camera. So why, when looking at all the cameras, does it not see that? But the other one can. It's the same code. This is the same script running on both characters. And yet it's different results. Maybe I should find, let's just dump the number of cameras. Let's go serialized field, private int cam count. When it starts up, you just want to set the cam count to 0, not object 0. Cam count is 0. And when we face camera, we want to do a quick cam count is equal to the length of all cameras and the reason I got -1 is due to the way that arrays work in programming. So an array is a list of information. So if you think of an array like a spreadsheet, like an Excel spreadsheet, a Google document spreadsheet, Google Sheets, where you have all the boxes, and if you put a number in each of the boxes on the first row, that is basically an array. And typically you would think, well, column 1 is 1, column 2 is 2, column 3 is 3. But arrays don't work like that. Column 1 in an array is 0. So column 1 is actually 0, column 2 is 1, column 3 is 2. So you always one less. So that box is numbered one less than the column. Does that make sense? So you might have 5 columns, but to refer to the 5th column, it's actually position 4. So that's why we got count all the cameras, then -1 from the count of cameras to give you the position of that particular camera in the list. So that's what I'm doing now, finding out how many cameras in the list, and then -1 from that to find the position in that list. And I can then actually read that as how many cameras is it counting. I still sell emotes. How's it going, Lisa? Are you you're busy with school stuff still? There's those awesome emotes. Yeah, we've got cam count over here now. Yeah, being busy. You enjoying it? Is there anything you can go, I'm really enjoying learning this? I was up early again today, so really tired. Yeah, disappear whenever you need to. I'm glad that you're here at all. For now, it's okay, thank you. Cool. Yeah, I enjoy learning stuff, which is why I'm doing this. This stuff anyway. But sometimes if somebody else is doing the teaching for you, as in you don't get to choose what you're learning, you go, oh, I don't really want to learn this bit, this doesn't interest me, this is boring, but I have to do it, otherwise I won't get the grade. I've had that so many times. I did an apprenticeship. It was 2021 I completed my apprenticeship, and there was a few things in that where it's like, this is kind of like not very interesting, mainly because I already knew it. SQL Server, for instance, if you're aware of server-based databases. But I already knew so much about SQL Server, but we still had to learn it again. But I passed 100% without really bothering to pay attention, so I'm happy about that. Yeah, now I'm busy with the final project for graduation, so I have to think of my own project. That has to be complex but also doable in 10 weeks. Ooh. Have to do something, but I'm still fine tuning. Okay. Which channel can I post feedback? You can post it in the game dev one if you like, Cobbler. So post it back into there. If it should allow you to post in there. Yeah, I think it's allowing you to type. Awesome. Right now, only real lessons I get are more feedback instead of theory. Okay. I suppose that's interesting in some ways, that it's more like allowing you to explore your own stuff and you get feedback on what you're exploring. But yeah, final projects are a stressful time because it's all this is everything's been leading up to this, and you feel a bit overwhelmed. Yeah, my final project for my apprenticeship, I had to pick a thing because apprenticeships are tied to the business you're working at. So I had to pick a project that would help my business, talk to the people that it would help in the business, write up all these questions and all these like screenshots and then copies of emails where it's proved that I was talking to these people, and write out diagrams of how everything was going to work, and then write some codes showing it, this is how it would work. And then kind of doing all this kind of theory and paperwork, and only a tiny little bit of it was actually proving I could make it in the first place. Everything else was leading up to the point of proving that I know how to plan making a thing and not the making of the thing. I can make anything. Like, if you ask me to make anything, give me a couple of weeks, I can make you anything. Yeah, this project, you must be able to show that you can do something independent, complex, have to talk to target audience, make product, do desk research. Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, I see your feedback, Cobbler. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's so much about proving you can talk to people. Like, I can talk to people. I don't like talking to people, unless it's you guys, of course. Generally, I don't like talking to people. And especially as I just want to exactly. I just want to do a thing. I don't want to have to talk to people before I can do a thing. But I found a good method, Panda. I found a method. I'm very introverted, not shy, just prefer not to talk to people. Yeah, I'm pretty much the same, Lisa. Like, I like talking to cool people like you guys, because you have interesting things to say. But I found a good method to get around talking to people. Is to take basically what they're after, because you are cool. Yeah, thank you, Cobbler. And everyone else in the chat's cool. But yeah, I found, take basically what somebody's after, do a crap job at giving them something. So if they say, oh, can you make me a program that allows me to have a report on how much cheese we've sold, for instance. And I just do a very basic program that looks ugly and just has a couple of numbers of cheese. Of course, cheese, yeah. First thing that comes to my mind. And I go, there you go, I made a thing. And then I ask, is this the kind of thing you're after? And they go, yeah, it's kind of what I'm after. But I would like to see a button here, or I'd like to see a little box that tells me this, or I would like to find out what kinds of cheese we're selling, or like how many customers are buying the cheese. And they basically do the work for me, because I've given them something so basic and rubbish that they start telling me what they actually want from it, rather than me going, well, what would you like? I don't know, I just kind of want to see what cheese there is, you know, because people don't always know what they want, and that's the hardest thing. Like doing market research, you go, well, tell me like the 10 coolest games that sort of you played in the last 12 months. People go, I don't know, maybe this one, maybe that one. But if you tell them these are the 10 coolest games in the last 12 months, they go, no it isn't, where's this, where's that one, surely that should be on the list. Because you're giving them something as a base to go, well, here is what I'm saying can you tell me something different? It's a good method for finding out what people really want, because you're saying what they don't. You're giving them something that they don't want, so they go, well, I definitely don't want that. This is what I do want now. And I can spend like days talking to people and then try it, and I still have to do this stage because what they told me isn't actually what they want. So I find skip all that, give them something that I know they're not going to be happy with, for them to tell me what needs to change and make it better. Yeah, the one that I work for is the museum. I know what they want. I will figure out how to get there, but I also know that even if I did the bare minimum, she'll be happy that someone helped. Oh, that's nice though. I also talk to her often, so she's always a good sparring partner for things. Awesome. It's good to have that kind of back and forth, that connection, that you know how this person's going to work. You know what they're going to want. And I've had a few people like that at work where anything I've given them, they go, brilliant, that's exactly what I wanted. You're fantastic. How did you know? Like, so you just give me good things time after time. They go, well, I just know how you work. I know what you want. I know what helps you. But that's good for people that you work with on that level. If there's somebody you only speak to once every so many months, or you've never even talked to before, is that, well, I don't know this person. I don't know how they work. I don't know whether this is going to confuse them. So I tend to just throw a base level out there these days and go, well, is this anywhere near what you actually want? And then build it from there. And that's been getting me through quite a bit the past couple of years. A lot of people don't have that, which I think is something people should get. Oh yes, just really helps. Yeah, it can be hard if, like for instance, where I work, there's at least a couple of hundred people generally doing stuff. Well, that's an exaggeration. There's probably 100 people that I could be doing stuff with. And more realistically, I do stuff with 20 of those people on a regular basis. But the other 80 people might need something. I don't know. I barely know what they look like, let alone how they work. But I might have to make something that helps them. So I just have to kind of take a guess and sort of go, well, is it this? No? Okay. Let's have a quick breeze for your feedback, Cobbler. Catapult rotation sound effect as sound effect for rotating catapult. Nice. I never thought about doing that. I like it. Yeah, that makes sense. I should have thought about it. I didn't. But you've come at a great point there. Damage display. Show the amount of damage dealt directly on the affected block. So at the moment, each block is basically 1 damage point. So each block only has 1 HP effectively. And you have to hit every block. And the thing in the top left corner. I'll write some replies to this feedback. But maybe it would help with like a health bar. Like every time you hit something, the health bar goes down. Would that? Because at the moment it's just a number. But maybe a progress bar, so the bar keeps going down and boom, house gone. That could be something. Impact sound effects variety. Instead of randomizing pitch, use multiple variation impact sound effects. Better rhythm. Nice, yeah. I kind of cheaped out with the randomizing pitch. I saw like a quick tip ago. Rather than just having the same sound effect over and over, because people get numb to it, randomize the pitch. So it kind of varies it a bit, but certainly having multiple different sound effects with different pitches might help, or even just different sound effects. Bank shot bonus. Award double points when hitting targets via bank shots. Ricochet. Oh, okay. Yeah, that could be quite cool. Through shots grant extra points when projectiles pass through holes, windows. Nice. I haven't got any holes to pass through. But definitely would like to do that. Hidden controls. Hide the on-screen controls at the bottom. Make them accessible through the menu. Yes, good point. Because not everyone's going to use the on-screen controls. Bug fixes. Hint issue. When projectile hits a wall, the player clicks hints. Damage does not register. Okay. Might have to look at that one. Yeah. Balance limitations. Hint usage cost. Using hint should cost points. Another limitation prevent limited. Yeah. Yeah, so you've only got like so many hints. Rather than just constantly clicking. The what I've taken that from is games like Power Wash Simulator, for instance. Where you can just keep clicking a button that tells you what you've missed. But it does mean that sort of you can constantly be seeing what you've missed and just go over what you've missed without really playing it as such. But maybe the hints should only be available once you've got like 10% left, maybe. Maybe that would work. Okay, you have 10% left, the hint button activates. So you've already done most of it without the hint. Tree collision sound effect, yes. Yeah, trees could do with making a sound. Projectile unlock cost. Projectile should require points or other currency to unlock after initial use. Oh, okay. So yeah, basically you unlock the ability to buy them, but then you have to buy them. I have to work out a currency. Maybe you have to play the levels multiple times to unlock. Or maybe your score gives you points. Guide limitation. The aiming guide should only be available for the first 3 shots. Ooh, interesting. So you kind of have to guess where you're aiming from that point. Yeah. Very, very valid points. I like the feedback. Thank you, Cobbler. But yeah, there's some things I didn't think about, but that's certainly stuff I can work on. Yeah. Thank you very much. And anyone else wants to give this game a go, the testingbuild.zip is in my game dev room in my Discord. And if it's working for Cobbler, hopefully it works with other people as well. I've not done anything special. Although I did change the security permissions to basically allow anybody on my computer to play it. So hopefully that means anyone on any computer plays it. Went for the first level, hit a few blocks. Second level, maybe awesome, cool. Yeah, second level is no different from the first level, apart from it's just more blocks. But the important thing is, this is your impression. And there's going to be, every person who plays this game is going to have a first impression. So these are the things that you notice without going more past the first level kind of thing. Whereas I've been playing this over and over so many times now, my first impression doesn't exist because I've experienced it from a game that wasn't hardly a game. But thank you, Cobbler. That's very, very constructive, very useful feedback. And I've already taken feedback to get it to where it is now from Karl-Taka Kamori. He was my very first tester. Got me kind of to the point where the game's at least playable. Now it's to kind of make it fun, make it interesting, make it sort of something you can enjoy. Like I can hit the fountain to direct the rock. Yeah, I'd like to make levels that require you to do that. Like you can only get to certain parts by doing bank shots, for instance, and ricocheting it off something. Like you have to almost think, okay, I can't get to that, but if I hit it off this thing, it'll go in attack it that way. So the fountain was mostly aesthetic, but then I realised actually you can use that as a mechanic. You can actually use the fountain to hit it. Yes, it's playable. I'm glad it is. But yeah, that's one worry. Is that okay? It's not going to be enjoyable. Like, a game has to be enjoyable. It doesn't matter what the mechanics are. If you can spend a few minutes playing it and enjoy it, that's basically where it needs to be. Really cool concept. Thank you. It was kind of accidental. I've not really planned much of this game initially. It's just me going, I know how to make an object move forward and then allow gravity to take over. That's all I started with. Like, I can make a thing fly forward and then let gravity take over. What can I do with that? Well, it would be pretty cool if you could use a trebuchet and then throw stuff with a trebuchet. But what's the trebuchet throwing at? You go, well, typically you throw them at castles. You go, well, how about we start off with a house and then work our way up to a castle? And you go, well, why are we attacking the castle? What happens when you attack the castle? So it's kind of going stage by stage to where I've got to now, really. It kind of reminded me of a game called Pain. Oh, okay. I'm not sure if I'm familiar with that. If you find a link to it, definitely drop it in the Discord. Right, I'm going to watch this count because I've been chatting. Well, I like the point system idea where you can buy the projectiles. Because I know there's a lot of games, especially mobile games, where you have to earn the points to then purchase a thing. Yeah, attack people, work for the stealer, all the way to his house. Yeah. Yeah, so it's not necessarily the main guy that you're going after to start with. You're going after his sheriffs, for instance. You're going after the people that work for him, and then you finally get to his castle, and then you have to like take on his castle, but maybe he's got guards. Because previous feedback has been, how about somebody's like attacking you, and you have to dodge things coming towards you. So at that point I'm going to have to work out how to defend. So I have to make a defending mechanic if I get to that point. Cool. Sorry about the auto mod there. Thank you for that link. I can see the link still. Hopefully you can still post. Has it timed you out? I hope it's not timed you out. Timed out. Ah, how do I untime you out? Do apologise, Cobbler. The bot's gonna... Yeah, I got first time. Okay, it actually... It says timed out for 300 seconds. But it's not timed you out, is it? Because you've come back. Well, I do apologise. But yeah, I can see the link, even though it's deleted all your messages. Short timeout, yeah. Weird. I'm just going to have a quick look at that link. I'm glad you're able to post the link even if the bot timed you out. Oh, it's a PlayStation 3 game. I've not come across this. I shall have a look at that, because this could be interesting market research for me to see how Payne did it, and see if there's any ideas I could steal. So if they've got similar mechanics, it might translate. Now, I wasn't paying attention to what's going on here. Let's have a look. So it's saying I've got one camera. When I get to this market stall, that should change to 2 cameras. It has not, but has... That has 2. So why is the Bard, the code on the Bard, picking up 2 cameras, whereas the code on the Villager only picking up 1 camera? It's the same data, the same code, being run twice. I don't understand it. What I'm going to do though, Cobbler, because will it allow me to do this? Or do I have to go somewhere else to do it? I hate that I can't just grab your username. Let's open this. I might be able to do it in mod view, but I can't do it channel videos. Community roles. Add new. Cobbler. There we go. Hit save. Success. So Cobbler, you're now on my list of special people. Nice. There's not many special people, but in theory, now you're a special person. The bot should leave you alone. But I need to change all my bot settings. Because the bot was set up for when I was more popular, shall we say. Not so... Well, I'm still popular. Not to give myself discredit. Still popular, but not in the same way. So my bots need to be changed to reflects kind of how... Like being spoiled. There you go, you got like a little diamond thing now. Thank you, no problem. Yeah, Twitch gives you 20 of those. And there's only 3 of you. I have 1. So that's Thesaurus Rex, Caretaker Kamori, now a couple alive. 3 special people. Yeah, it means I had to refresh my page. Ah, cool. Yeah, it's yeah, Twitch only gives you 20 of those to hand out, so it is quite exclusive. But yeah, it means that you're trusted and the bot should leave you alone, in theory. It's basically the same... what's the word? Same privilege as a mod, but without having the mod features, if that makes sense. Like everything a mod is allowed to do, as in within the stream, and get away with it, you can do as a VIP, but you just can't. You can't change anything about the stream. If that makes sense. So you can't time people out. You can't change anything, but you've got the same protections that a mod would have. Although I think a mod might be able to time you out. Maybe. I don't know. I need to check the settings, but lucky me, yes. Yeah, VIP basically means you're recognised as trusted in the stream. So it should mean that you can post links and everything in the bot should go, oh, okay, it's not dodgy. I wonder if I should have something external that checks for cameras. I promise I'll take care of this diamond. I'm sure you will. Yeah, I only give them out to people I know that will take care of them. Yeah, because I don't have. I'm not an affiliate. I could be an affiliate. Twitch keeps saying, "Hey, you could be an affiliate. Just click this link." I'm like, nah, I'm good. But if I was an affiliate, sort of, obviously you could be subs and stuff. And that's kind of the same idea. So basically, I think you say a VIP is basically like a sub in that way. But even subs can. I don't know. I don't know how it works, but I think subs have certain protections from the bot. But then it doesn't stop someone subbing and being an arsehole. You can set up points and stuff. Will be cool. Maybe for Panda, yeah. Like everybody does have points. My bot gives you points. But there's nothing you can do with them right now, and you don't know how many points you have. I think. I don't know if we've got commands now. Okay, yeah. Exclamation mark points works. I don't know how the two. Where's the different points coming from? Oh, different bots have different points, of course. So bot Rix has one set of points, and Stream Elements has another set of points. So yeah, so each of the bots have different lists of points. Too many banks, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, so I could my mouse stopped working. Weird. Yeah, I need to think of things that you can use your points for, because I don't really. There's a battery died. I've had my mouse charging. I don't know why the battery's died. It's not an old mouse either. It's not the battery has issues. Yeah. So let's finish off something, and then we'll look at calling it a night soon. Probably no more than 15 minutes. Let's do. Have we tried streamer.bot? I have not. Might look into that. Obviously, the bots I'm using right now is Stream Elements and Botrix. Mainly because I was testing out Botrix, but I've not really done much with it. In fact, I could probably get rid of Botrix, but because both Stream Elements and Botrix work on YouTube and Twitch, which is what I was looking for, really. You would love it. Okay. Yeah, I've also got another bot which you don't see, called Mix It Up bot. and that basically you can attach to your own account and stuff. So it looks like you're saying stuff, but it's not. It's not you, it's the bot. But that's doing up when every time you type the word panda, the Mixer bot is putting the panda on the screen. Whereas stream elements and bot rigs isn't actually adding to the stream. They're just there. They're basically just there to make sure no dodgy stuff gets posted. And I've also got Seribot as well. Seribot is basically an anti-spammer bot. It has a library of dodgy accounts. So it has like a master list of accounts that already got a bad reputation, and it will preemptively stop them from doing it in your chat as well, which is pretty cool. So I'll definitely be keeping Seribot, because all Seribot does is protect my chat from those accounts. It doesn't add to the experience. But yeah, I'll look at streamer.bot. Have a quick look at that as well. Put that in there. Supercharge your live stream. Take your stream to the next level with streamer.bot. Cool, I shall check that out. Oh yeah, does Twitch, YouTube, Trovo kick? Nice. Thank you, yeah, I'll definitely check that out. I like multi-platform bots because rather than running different bots on different platforms, it just gets messy. Especially these days when streamers use more than one platform. Right, I am going to make a new device. A new object that's going to be managing the cameras. So camera manager, I suppose. Camera manager. And we want to make a camera manager script, I suppose. Create C# script. Camera manager. So what I can do is probably get the code to look for the camera manager. Now the camera manager tell it what camera's being used, rather than it doing it itself. So speech bubble is currently doing this bit. So I'll take this bit out of the speech bubble. Actually, if we do, let's grab that. Does it have to be new? No. Active camera. Go back to here, and we want to know camera account. Let's go public camera. Get get active camera. Probably make a new one. There goes private void find active camera, and what I'll do is actually put that into find active camera. Then find active camera will go into the update. So it's constantly finding the active camera, and all this is doing is returning the active camera. Let's come back to here. I'll drag that script onto the camera manager. You know C#? Yeah. You know, when I did my apprenticeship at work, it was on C#. So I am actually qualified in C#, which is pretty cool. But I've actually used C# more making this game than I have at work. Then even with Maui Streambot. Oh, Streambot use C# coding. I can write some sophisticated stuff then. You can add C# to trigger stuff. Ooh, interesting. Fun things. Yeah, I'll definitely have a look at that then. I'm just going to see if this camera manager does what I think it's going to do. Okay, so the camera manager is picking up the second camera. I mean, I can't wait to see what you do because I have 0 coding skills. That's cool, yeah. Having the opportunity just to, having free reign. Can't wait, yeah. I thought that's a... yeah, like, I know how to kind of make C# do a lot of things. So we add it into a streamer bot, that's even more. Kind of even more interesting. So I've been trying to look into writing my own streamer bot using C#. But at the moment I keep hitting complications like this is too hard to work out right now, I'll come back to it. Because I would like to work out how to link to the Twitch API within Unity, so you can basically make streamer interactive games, but that's something I've not quite worked out yet. So I'd like to have it so I can probably put my Twitch details into a game, have it linked to my chat so you guys can do things and change what the game's doing. But I need to work out how to connect to the Twitch API. Because I found code that allows C# to connect to the Twitch API, but that's not strictly compatible with Unity's C# library. So that okay, that would work if it was just a C# program, but not strictly in Unity. So I need to work out a way of Unity connecting to the Twitch API. So it'd be pretty cool. Like, you guys can actually play a game that I'm running, or like changing stuff. Because you could like type in like !! zombie and a zombie just suddenly appears, for instance. So that'll be quite funny, I think. Because you have it with there's certain games. There's interactive games already on Twitch, like Marbles on Stream. Have you ever come across any streamers that play Marbles on Stream? And the only thing you can do is type ! join, and it just adds a marble with your name on it. So it just has a marble on the screen, your name floating above it, and when the streamer hits go, the marble just runs down this thing with everyone else's marbles. And whoever's marble finishes first, the streamer goes, "Yay! Congratulations, here's some channel points." I did a trigger for people to redeem a point to switch from solid mode to wireframe in Blender. Took a lot of GPD copy and paste. That's fair. There's nothing wrong with that. That's basically how I've found about the Twitch API code, because I have no idea. But that's pretty cool though. I like that. That's quite fun. Well, I'm going to... Can we make a... camera manager CM equals camera manager dot do we need the as camera manager? Don't we need that in there? Oh, okay, fair enough. I do love the predictive text in Visual Studio sometimes. So as long as that is not null, camera equals cm dot get active camera. And then we comment that out. So to stop any issues, we're going to put the whole thing in there. So see if this works. So basically we only have one thing that looks for the cameras. Yeah, we'll comment that as well. Sure. we're not using that. Yeah, so we only have a camera manager object now, which looks for the cameras, and the speech bubble just looks for the manager and goes, "Hey manager, what camera should I be looking at?" I'll do this a quick test and then we'll wrap it up because it is getting late. Obviously the angles still need to be tweaked as what's going on there, but still same main camera. Gonna go see now. Okie dokie, Lisa. Thank you for dropping by. I'm gonna sign off myself now anyway, because it's not doing what I want to do, so I need to think about it. Let's switch over to the main camera. Have a great rest of your stream. Have a great weekend too. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for being here. And I hope you have a good rest. You deserve it. You've been working quite hard with all your work there. Get all the rest you need. Hope you have a good weekend. Have a good night's sleep. Thank you, Bart. Thank you for being here. Much appreciate that. And thank you everyone who's been lurking. You're all awesome as well. But yeah, I need to get some rest. We've been streaming for 2.5 hours, which is it's a good length of stream for me. I don't stream for very long because yeah, my back doesn't I have nothing to rest my back against. You see, doesn't do so well. But thank you, Bart. Thank you, Lysaurus Rex. Thank you, Kartik Kamori. Thank you, Cobbler Live. And thank you everyone else who's been lurking. I see a couple of people in the list there. You're all awesome. I'm going to get some rest. Hope you folk do too. Enjoy your weekend. I'll be back on Monday. Probably doing some Stardew Valley with the gang. So until then, have a good night and see you Monday. Have a good night.